Hey, and good evening to Evening Joy. I am here with Mr. Robert Taylor, Mr. Rob LaRay Taylor, singer, energetic, and you are going to enjoy him on this evening. All right. First of all, welcome to Evening Joy. You're listening, first of all, to WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LPFM, and this is Evening Joy. I'm your host, Joy Brown, and I have my special guest, Mr. Robert Taylor. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you so much for having me, Joy. Thank you.
Well, I'm excited about having you here, and I'm really excited about being able to talk with you today about everything that you are doing and everything that's going on.
Yep.
There we go. I got it. Everything that's going on with you. You are busy, but you're being productive, and I love it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
First of all, let's talk a little bit about Rob. Who is Robert?
So, Robert Taylor Jr. is...
You see that energy? He just started. Robert Taylor Jr.
Yeah, so Robert Taylor Jr. I was born in Stamford, Connecticut. That's where my father and his family lives.
Okay.
And so my mom is from Eastern North Carolina, so from Greene County is where I was raised.
Okay.
So I'm a country boy at my heart. And so, yeah, I went throughout Greene County school systems, and then I went off to college.
Now, where'd you go to college?
I attended Appalachian State University for
Okay.
my bachelor's degree.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I went to Howard University, where I received my master's in social work.
Stop.
Yeah,
You went to Howard.
I did.
Oh my gosh. One of my friends, Reagan Harris, went to Howard University, and she loved it.
It was two of the best years of my life. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
It was amazing.
How was the experience there?
It was great because I went to a predominantly white institution for undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew that I wanted to go to a historically black college or university
Okay.
for my graduate studies,
Okay.
just because it was important to me. And so it was my first time sitting in the classroom where I had majority African American students.
Mm-hmm.
I was no longer the minority. And I had male African American professors, which is I never had at Appalachian State University.
Wow.
And so it was a wonderful experience. I learned a lot about myself, about my culture.
Mm-hmm.
So it was amazing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So now I just want to jump into it.
Let's do it.
Singing. How did you find out that you could sing?
That's a good question, Joy. I don't remember when it started. I don't, but I do remember that my first solo, it was in a Christmas musical at my church.
Okay.
And maybe I was about 4 years old. I don't remember, 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
And my first solo was Go Tellin' on the Mountain. And
I can just see you doing that.
I was a little guy. I remember I had a white shirt and a green bow tie. And
wow.
I sung the first verse of that song. And yeah, that was my first solo. And since then, I've just been singing.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you knew that you were gifted. You knew that this was your gifting from God, that this is my talent, and this is what I was born to do.
I would say so. I think
Okay.
once I realized that I could actually sing and people were receptive to my singing,
Mm-hmm.
I realized at a young age that this is absolutely what I want to do.
Now, did you sing in high school, do any musicals in high school?
I
or
did.
college?
I actually started singing before high school, so maybe even in elementary school.
Okay.
That's when I started choir, and so at the school, and so we would do like different productions at the school, and then I did choir in middle school, and obviously in high school I did do some musicals. I was Snoopy and You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Are you serious?
That production, and then I was also Marcellus Washburn in The Music Man. And so also in high school is when I did my first, I guess, local community play. I don't know if you remember David Payton.
I do.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
I did one of his productions, Better Put That Woman First. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Better Put That Woman First, and that was my first stage play in 2006, 2007.
Okay, and what part did you play in that? Because I remember seeing, I actually went to see that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So we met even years ago. Wait,
Yeah,
we're in the
we're in the same
room.
area. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I played a character by the name of Raekwon, and I was the son of the Bob.
Yes,
I was a
yes.
nerdy character.
Yes.
That kissed a girl on the end and got her.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
That was an amazing production.
Oh, wow.
So good.
So, I wish I had known you back then. Oh, God, I wish I had known you.
I was a different person then. But, I mean, still Robert Taylor Jr. I just know a lot more about who I am now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to prevent, and let's do like the second half, because I'm just so excited about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we can just go ahead and jump in it, and I can ask the rest of my questions later.
Sure.
But let's go ahead and jump right in it.
Yeah.
Now, the song that is hitting the waves, airwaves, left and right.
Yeah.
Black boy, black girl.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Now tell me a little bit about how did that song come about?
Okay, so I've always sang in the choir growing up as a kid. Even now, I help lead worship at my church, Cornelia Christian Center Church here in Greenville.
Okay.
And so I've always known, like you said earlier, that I wanted to be a singer. And I always thought that I was going to be a gospel singer. Like, that's the only thing I want to do. That's the only thing God has called me to do. And I do believe that He absolutely wants me to be a singer. But it was actually in this year, last year, 2016, where God gave me the assignment to go beyond the four walls of the church to reach a larger body. And so I've written a lot of different songs, and my music is inspirational, it's motivational, but it's non-traditional. It's simple. It's something that you can catch on to. And so I was driving down the road one day, coming from Greenville, going to Greene County. And so obviously, it's a lot going on in the media. Police brutality.
Yes.
A lot of our young brothers dying at the hand of police officers. And so it was around that time that I wrote Black Boy, Black Girl, because I was thinking about those brothers that we lost and that sister that we lost. And I needed my people to know that you matter, and that you have so much worth, and that you have so much value. And so I actually wrote Black Boy, Black Girl for my unborn son and daughter, whoever they are, because I want them to know that they make the world go round. They were created in God's image. They're one of a kind. And although the world may not ever acknowledge us, we can't count on them to do that. We have to acknowledge ourselves. Absolutely. And so if we wake up every morning and say, you know what, I'm a black boy, I'm a black girl, and I make this world go round, that's so much motivation. That's motivation to get through the day. That's motivation to get through the rest of your year. You may be going through something. That's motivation to get through that. So I think Donna Lawrence said it. Sometimes we got to encourage ourselves.
Yes. And you definitely did. You definitely did that. And the impact of the video that I saw with the student, and I'm really glad that you went back home. And I was talking to you a little bit about that earlier, that you went back home and you pulled those relatives, families, and say, hey, I want you guys to get in and be a part of what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
So that blessed me. And then to actually hear the words and hear the little kids singing that.
Yeah.
Well, of course, they weren't singing. They were actually, what's the word for it?
Lip
Lip sync.
Yep.
But it was so powerful, and it made such an impact. I think I played it like 3 or 4 times right in a row.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you, Joy. I did. When you actually released that video, I'm like, oh my God. Because that is so powerful to know who you are and to be proud of who you are.
Absolutely.
And listening to that song, it just makes me say, oh wow, I am proud to be an African American.
Yes, that's the point, Joy.
You did it.
That's the point. Absolutely. That's the point. I want us to be happy with who we are.
We are, yeah.
Absolutely. We won't look like a lot of these mainstream people. That's okay, because God created us exactly how He wanted to.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, in the video, you see a lot of my little cousins. 2 of my godsons are in the video.
Okay.
And so I wanted the kids to be in there, the younger generation, because they need to know.
Yes.
But this song isn't just for the kids. This is about grown people, too.
Yes.
Like even our older generation, the mothers and the deacons of the church, you need to know it too.
Yes.
Because you might be in your last years, let's just say, of living, but even in these last years, you need to know how much you mean to the world.
Absolutely. Now, I had the opportunity to actually see you perform live October...
I want to say 14th.
14th?
Yeah.
And the impact of what you did,
Wow.
the national anthem,
Yeah.
and the video that accompanied that, that was so powerful.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, got it. So I knew this event was coming up, and I knew I was going to perform Black Boy, Black Girl. Obviously, it's the single, and I'm loving it. But I always want to carry a deeper message with anything that I do. I don't want it just to be singing. Because honestly, some people will probably say that I'm probably not even the best singer out there, and that's okay. I like to think that I'm gifted. That's okay. I like to think that I'm gifted, and obviously I'm anointed to do this. But I think what maybe sets me apart is I want to send a message, a positive message. And so I was thinking, what can I do for this event that will leave a lasting impression? And so I thought about the national anthem because it was such a big deal in the media. Just thinking about the NFL, and a lot of those players are they're boycotting the anthem, and I get it, because when we think about it, the anthem wasn't necessarily written with us in mind when it was written. However, this is something that we stand up for during the games, and this has become our anthem. It's my hope that Black Girl can be our new anthem.
You never know.
However, at least for our generation, for our people and our culture. But I decided to do the national anthem, and to just kind of give you a rundown of what that performance looked like. I did the national anthem, but I did it with the audio clips of Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, all these people that were killed. And so you heard me sing the national anthem, but you also heard when they were gunned down by the police officers. And I wanted to leave that lasting impression because, one, I think it's unfair to say that we live in a nation that acknowledges everyone when obviously that hasn't been true within the last couple of years.
Now, how does it make you feel? How does it? Well, actually, let's backtrack. When you actually put this together, how were you feeling inside? What was your motivation behind actually bringing that to the forefront? What motivated you? Just the killings that were going on.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I wanted to bring light to these brothers and these sisters who we lost, because oftentimes when we lose someone, there's a big situation in that moment. Everyone's going to be rallying, everyone's going to be boycotting. But years later, a couple of years later, 3 years later, unfortunately those names might be forgotten. And I don't want those names to be forgotten because of the fact that it was police brutality that ended their lives. And we still haven't necessarily found justice yet. And so until that happens, I want to keep saying their names. Wow.
You have got, I don't know if you have this is it on
Facebook, so you can find it on YouTube. The video of the actual performance that you're talking about, I'll put a video out maybe this upcoming week of that performance on Facebook. But my YouTube page is Rob, that's ROB LaRay, LARAY, and you can find a lot of my music videos there. Okay.
And you definitely have to go there, check it out, because it made such an impact. It was like you could hear a pin drop when you did that performance. And yes, the intensity that went behind that, the passion, the concern, the motivation behind putting that together, that was a piece of art.
Praise God. I thank you for that. It was
awesome.
Can I say, it was nobody but the Holy Spirit.
Wow.
And it's always a challenge for me to figure out what I'm going to sing for these type of events, because again, I want it to be powerful. And so Holy Spirit gave me that like maybe 2 nights before the actual, maybe not 2 nights, but maybe at least a week before the performance. And it came together, so.
It really did.
Yeah,
it did.
I thank God.
You did an awesome job.
Thank you, Joe.
You should not let that just be a one-time thing only.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to,
okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a part of the show.
All right. We are getting ready to take a sponsorship break in probably about a minute.
Sure.
But going into that minute, that's okay. I know you just keep pushing it.
I forget about this microphone.
I know. You get so caught up, and I love it.
I watch interviews all the time, and I'm just like, we can't hear you. Use the microphone. And now I'm that one, so I apologize.
That's fine. We can still hear you, though.
Okay, good.
Because, I am controlling this over here to make sure that we can hear you.
Awesome.
So, yeah. But anyhow, we are getting ready to take a sponsorship break, and we will be right back after this sponsorship break. Thank you so much again for tuning in to WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LPFM to Evening Joy. And I have this shirt on that this weekend, actually, I'll see if I can get it in. This weekend, I actually went to my cousin's event in Raleigh, and there was a young lady that was selling this shirt, and the shirt says bold, confident, and covered. And when I saw that, I instantly had to grab it and purchase one of these, because definitely I believe that we are all in this same category. We are bold, we're confident, and we are covered. We'll be right back after the sponsorship break.
Join me every Monday, 10 a.m. here at WBIS
awesome.
LP. That's 106.9 Awesome Radio.
It really does.
Guys, so I don't know what happened to that last video. It just kind of cut off. This is my first time using it.
And we are back on WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LP FM. And I'm here with Rob LaRay. Robert Taylor. You can find him on Facebook. Tell them how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Robert L. Taylor Jr. That's my government name. I love that name. I got it from my dad. But I also go by Rob LaRay, which is my artist name. And you can find me on Instagram at rob.laray, as well as on YouTube at rob.laray.
Alrighty, so let's jump back into and start talking about just growing up.
Yeah.
Did you ever see yourself at this point becoming an artist?
I would be lying if I said no.
Okay.
I always have. It has always been a dream. It's always been the end goal. And so I absolutely knew that this is what I was called to do, but it's also something that I really, really want to do.
And I can tell because, and of course, go ahead and get ready before we sign off. You're going to have to do this.
I figured, yeah, that's okay. We're going to do it. You're going to help me sing it too.
Rob, I don't want to mess up your song.
Now, you were singing it earlier. You were humming.
Right, I did.
You sound like a solid soprano to me.
I'm not a soprano, alto. I'm just like out there. I love sharing this story when I was in college.
Yeah.
And I was in the gospel choir. So I was officially, I guess, an alto.
Yeah.
The choir director would told me one time, he said, "Joy, why are you alto singing soprano?" Because the way my mind works, whatever catches my ear, I go there. Yeah, and that's not always good. So, and one time he told me, he said I was tone deaf. I said, tone deaf? I said, oh man, that hurt my feelings.
That wasn't nice at all. I'm so sorry.
I know. I think that's where it kind of just crushed my desire to even.
Well, I think you're a great singer.
You know what? I love it. I love it. I'm gonna have to record that and put that in my ear.
That's right. That's right.
But I'm excited because you're such a motivation, and I saw Jessica Lynn.
Hey, Jalen.
Yeah, and it blessed me that when she was up here a few weeks ago, how she's always supporting. You and her should be brothers and sisters.
That is my sister. That's my really good friend, and she's my partner. And so me and her and Darius, Sneed also goes by D Sneed. We are a team. We work together. We support each other.
And I love that because that's what the end result is. You need that support group and you need that motivation, encouragement from each other.
Yep.
And I know you guys give it to each other.
Yeah,
I'm
so grateful for them. Yeah, so she's she's on the background vocals for Black Boy, Black Girl. So the single that you hear and love, Jessica, yep, she's on background vocals.
Wow.
And Darius is obviously on bass, and he was also the music director for that single.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, and this is 2017. What you got planned for 2018?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. So 2018 is going to be really big. I am believing God for a lot of different things, but the most important thing is that I will release a full album in 2018.
Yay.
Yep. And so I want the world to get ready to know it is coming. I can't wait to reveal the title and the release date, but we're working really hard. The album is about 70% done.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so we're excited to give it to you all. And so you have to follow me on those social media sites so you all can know the exact release date.
Awesome. Absolutely. Let me ask you this. What inspires you to write?
That's a good question.
What motivates you? What just talk to us, take us there. What are you thinking when you're sitting here writing some of your songs? Yeah,
that's a great question. At the end of the day, I would like for anyone who has ever listened to a Rob LaRay song to feel a little bit better about themselves. I would love for them to be inspired and motivated to be their true, authentic self, whoever that is, and be proud of the person that they are.
Wow.
And to just give out love. I mean, I feel like that's our biggest assignment by God, is to simply just love. And so I want to create music that is that's going to make you feel good, make you feel happy, make you feel loved, but also inspire you to go love on somebody else.
Wow. So are you one of these people that you may be walking in the mall or just in the park and you see something that's beautiful to you and that reminds you of love or inspiration? Do you start just bring out that phone and start saying?
I would love to say yes, but no. I'm not that type of writer. It just comes to me. I could be driving. Or I could be just at home, and maybe a melody would just pop in my head, and I'll just kind of go with it. And my phone is filled with the audio clips of songs that I'll say, let me record this before I forget it, and then I might go back and listen to it later. There was one song I started writing in 2013, and I just finished it last year, and it's going to be on the album. And I was just humming something like randomly in 2013, and so I revisited that, and it's going to actually be on the album. So it's going to be really cool. So my writing style is different. I can't say if I'm inspired by one thing. Melodies just pop in my head and I just go with it. But I will say that God has been really intentional with the music that He has deposited into me, because He might give me a melody, but like I've seen, based on Black Boy, Black Girl, the power behind something simple that came to me while I was driving. So.
Wow.
I don't really have a technique. It just kind of happens.
It just kind of comes. And you know, sometimes that's the best way.
Yeah.
Just let it happen. Just let it flow.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, talk about family. How does your family feel about this?
They're excited.
Wow.
I'm blessed to have a large family. And a really supportive family. So my dad, like I told you earlier, was originally from Stamford, Connecticut. He lived there with his family for a while. And so my dad's family is in Connecticut. But here I have my mom and all of her family. My mom has a big family. She has 6 other siblings. And so there's this saying, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And so I had a strong village. And so I have a lot of aunts, a lot of uncles, a lot of cousins. And they're so supportive of me. A lot of them were in the Black Boy, Black Girl video. And so they come to my events. They're excited about this project. And so, yeah, I'm grateful for my family.
Wow. And you know, and that family is awesome. When you are stepping out into new ventures and you have that support from your family, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Because you can, you know, take leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
When you have that support.
Yep. I'm grateful for the support. I think at times they're probably concerned because I do a lot. And so I'm always doing something. I'm always singing at an event. They're probably concerned about if I'm getting enough sleep or if I'm eating.
Yeah.
And I might not always.
Well, just ease their mind a little bit and just say, look, Mom, I eat on
Absolutely.
the run. Sometimes you got to encourage, because you know that you don't. You work 24/7.
Yeah.
Your mind never stops.
Yeah.
And that is a concern about, you know, when you have a passion, sometimes you just forget about eating. Forget about the necessities of life, and you
That's
just
very
go
true.
for it.
Yeah.
Because that's in your heart, and that's
Right.
passion. And passion drives you to go beyond.
Wow. And that's the thing, Joy.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. And I think sometimes my family may not understand this. But yeah, I am always on the go. But me being on the go and doing this music, it's fueling me.
Yes.
And so I'm able to keep going because of this. If music was not my outlet, I'm sure I could find another one, but I just couldn't imagine what it would be like without it.
You know, and I hear so many people say that, you know, especially with music, it's really therapeutic for them.
Yeah.
Because I know I love to when I'm, you know, tired and I just want to relax and kind of detox from the day.
Yeah.
What is the first thing I do?
Listen to music?
Yes, listen to music. So music is very comforting.
It is.
And when you have inspirational music, such as what you're writing,
Sure.
it's very soothing to hear at the end of the day to kind of put everything back in perspective.
Yeah.
I might have had a bad day, but hey, I listen to this song and it just relaxes me and brings everything into perspective.
Absolutely.
So music does that for me.
Music is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you think about the world, like, we have so many disagreements as it relates to politics, just cultural differences, all those things. But music, in my opinion, is one of the things that connects everyone together.
It does. Now, we are getting ready to take a sponsorship break, and we will be back in a few minutes. And thank you again so much for listening to WBIS Awesome Radio, 106.9 LPFM. I am here with Rob LaRay. Rob LaRay, I like that, just flows.
Absolutely.
Rob LaRay on Evening Joy. I'm your host, Joy Brown. Thank you again for tuning in, whether it's by Facebook Live or the internet, or even on the radio dial. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be right back after this sponsorship break on WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LPFM.
Miss Stanford, tune in every Monday night from 9 to 10 to my show. This is me,
Hey, Ann.
Natural Hair and Health Show.
Hey, Trenda.
Hair, health, and wellness
Hey, Saint.
information to enhance your mind
Hey, Cool.
and your soul. This is me, Natural Hair and Health Show, 106.9 FM, Awesome Radio.
A perfect shine every time. Hand Car Wash is located at 2200 Evans Street, Raymondville,
Does go by fast.
252-714-3371. Eric and his crew is Fit Shine.
Taking a commercial break, guys. This is my first radio interview, and I'm
You're
enjoying
doing an
it.
awesome job.
Well, because you're making it so easy, Joy.
You're doing an awesome
You're
job.
great.
Operating 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The number is
Come on, Village.
252-714-3371. That's 252-714-3371. A perfect
Hey, Chanella.
every time. Hand Car Wash.
Oops.
Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
She said she just purchased my song. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
That is awesome. Thank you, Sybil. Oh, wow. We're going to have her on the show, too. She's a very sweet young lady.
Thank you, Sybil.
She just purchased the song, Rob. Is the song that you just purchased, Black Boy, Black Girl?
I'm thinking so because that's the only one available.
The only one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he just answered my question for me. We're back on WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LPFM. You're here on Evening Joy with your host, Joy Brown, and I have Rob LaRay, and I'm really excited. Tell me, who has motivated you or inspired you to excel in the giftings and talents that God has blessed you with? Do you have?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's gonna probably be my family. Just at a young age, I think they also recognize the gift and the talent, thankfully. And so every time that I wanted to do an audition or I wanted to do a show, they were supportive. So that's probably my main inspiration and motivation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any? That's okay. I'm not going to say anything to you. I can still hear you loud and clear.
Okay,
I got you over here. So
All right.
We're good. We're good. And you said you just made me lose my train of thought.
I feel like you're about to ask about artists.
Yes.
I knew you were going to ask that question. So artists that inspire me and motivate me. This is such a difficult question. Obviously, I think as a musician, we're all inspired by...
So wait a minute. Backtrack. Musician.
I'm
You
sorry?
play as well?
I don't play yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you said musician, I said, wait a minute, let me find out that he plays or.
No, but
Okay.
I'm a vocalist, so
Okay.
still a musician.
So that's musician is
Yep.
considered. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So we're all inspired by music, but this is a hard question for me. I will say that my favorite. Can I just tell you my favorite artist?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Molly Music is my absolute favorite artist. I love that brother, just what he's doing, and just the music that he gives to the world. So him, Travis Green is one of my favorite
You remind
artists.
me so much of Travis.
Do
Green.
I?
Yes, you do.
Well, that's
You
my
do.
brother. He doesn't know it, but that's my brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he inspires me. A lot of different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
John Legend is also a big inspiration.
Oh, yeah,
let me also say this. So there is a female MC, female rapper. Her name is Rhapsody. She's from Greene County, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Her real name is Marlena Evans, and she has been a huge inspiration for me. She doesn't even know it, but she is an artist from our county. And then just this year, she was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards.
Oh, wow, really?
And so how amazing is that? And so that's given me so much inspiration within the last couple of years. So shout out to Rhapsody.
Okay, awesome. Now, when you see someone that is doing what you love to do, what is your first response?
I'll get there one day. That's what I'm thinking. And so typically I want to sow some type of seed into their lives. And so if that means I have to purchase their single, purchase their album, let me do that, because although in the natural, this is me getting music, in the spiritual realm, this is me sowing a seed because I want that same grace. And I know that God is going to do it. Like, he's already given me that promise. And so at this moment, I'm enjoying the process.
You know what? I already see you there. I really do. I already see you.
Yeah, praise God.
I do. I do.
God.
Because you have such an awesome stage presentation. When you take the stage, you command attention. You don't have to say a word. You just command attention. And that's, to me, that's awesome. You own the stage when you're up there. You own it. And you know the best thing about it? You're not even trying. So you know that you were meant to do this. To me, it looks like it's effortless.
I feel it. Well, it definitely takes effort. It takes effort.
When I say effortless, it just looks like you just okay, you're standing on the stage and it's like, okay, this is the moment, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And you take every ounce, every fiber of your being, and you just throw yourself in there. And that's what I really believe that makes it so enjoyable to see you when you're performing.
Thank you so much. That's a compliment. That is a compliment.
I love it. I love it.
And I will say that when I am on stage, I'm in a different zone. I absolutely love being on the stage in my moment, doing what I know that I was called to do. I love it. Now, moments before me getting on the stage, I'm a whole nother person because I'm nervous.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that, because I've heard other people say that.
Yep.
That transition from behind the stage to I'm on the stage now.
Yep.
It's either do or die time. Either I'm going to do it or I'm going to die standing here.
Absolutely.
Talk about that transition.
I don't know.
Transitioning point, because to me, I don't see that.
And I thank God that you don't see it. It's a different type of energy that I have prior to going on stage, especially if I'm doing something for the first time. So if I'm presenting new material, I'm a lot nervous than if I would say at this point singing Black Boy, Black Girl, because that's my song. I get it. Let's do it. Let's go with it. But
and
new
that's
material,
the attitude that you come out with.
Well, good.
Yeah. That's the attitude.
But with new material, I'm a little bit more nervous, and so I have people that I call, or I can even text, say, "Hey, I'm about to go on stage. Pray for me," and they'll send up a prayer. And so shout out to my squad, my sister Shakira, my biological sister Erica, Jessica, Darius, all these people. I say, listen, I'm about to go on stage, pray for me, and they'll send up a prayer, and I'm good.
And that's what it's all about.
Yep.
Teamwork.
Deshaun, Kenny, everybody.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. So I know that I keep turning back and forth because
Yep, that's okay.
All right. So going on stage, you're in your element. Where do you see yourself? I would say, let's give yourself 5 years down the road. Where do you see yourself?
Joy, that's a good question. It's hard though.
It's not hard. It's not hard. Because one thing that I know you've done is you've written the vision down that you want for your life. I know you've already done that.
It's been written. And so I know it's going to happen. I don't know what the process will look like. But to answer the question, I see myself doing what I do full time 5 years from now. I will be an artist.
You're already that.
I'm already an artist. I'll be a full-time artist. Absolutely. And so inspiring the world. I'm not sure what the platform will look like, but the music that I create will reach the nations 100%. And so I definitely think that's going to happen within the next 5 years.
So who's the first show that you will be on?
Joy, this is such a great question. I already have a list.
Tell me about that list. Let's talk
So
about
I
it.
definitely want to, and some of y'all might think this is whack, but
No,
the
I love
Today
it.
Show is one of my favorite shows. So I want to do
Okay.
a live show at the Today Show.
Today, okay.
I want to do Jimmy Fallon live with the Roots. I want to do that.
Okay.
I want to give a TED Talk. I definitely want to do NPR Tiny Desk.
Just look at his expression. The excitement here. I love
All
it.
of that. I want to be at the BET Awards. Just all of those. Celebration of Gospel.
Wow.
Listen, I'm available.
You know what? Don't be surprised. I mean, seriously, do not be surprised if you just get a phone call and say, "Hey, I've heard about your music. I've heard
Yeah.
about your song. Hey, I want you to come up here and be one of the opening acts."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I trust
I'm
it's
just gonna
gonna
go ahead and
happen.
get your autograph right now. So I can say I know him.
That's right.
But it's gonna happen for you, and I love your
Absolutely.
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And keep that enthusiasm,
Yeah.
and keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
And you're already there.
I appreciate
You're
that.
just walking through the process, like
And
I said.
and I thank God for the process
Mm-hmm.
because I'm enjoying the process. It obviously it started slow because I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
do this a long time ago, but you know God's timing is the best timing.
Let's talk about that process.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that process.
We can.
We can do it. We can
Okay.
do it for the break. Talk about the process
Real
because
quick.
you have artists that they get frustrated at the
Yeah.
very beginning because this is what they want to do,
Yep.
but they can't seem to see it coming together.
Yep.
Talk to them.
I'll talk to it briefly, but I knew even as a kid that I always wanted to be an artist. I always wanted to give music to the world. And so since then I've been trying to make it happen. I've been going on auditions, I've been sending in videotapes. You know, things just did not necessarily line up. And so in 2013 I was moving from Washington DC back to my home area. And so I was only coming here for the summer, and then I was going to be going to Cali because I was going to try to make this thing work. Things did not work out that way. Holy Spirit said, I need you here in this city, in this time, for such a time as this. And since being here, that is where my artistry was birthed and has really developed. Rob LaRay was developed between those years that I thought I was supposed to be somewhere else.
Hold that thought. We got to talk about that right after this sponsorship break because people need to hear that because you have people that are stuck in
Yeah.
between, you know, this is the final vision, this is the end result, and
Yep.
then this is the beginning, but that process in
Yep.
the middle. So we're going to talk about that right after this sponsorship break on WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LPFM. We'll be right back on Evening Joy. I cannot believe this is the last 15 minutes. But that's so encouraging because you have a lot of people that give up
Yep.
when they're almost there at
Almost
that
there.
point.
Yep.
And all it takes is just that one phone call.
Yeah.
On 106.9 Awesome Radio.
Yeah. Hey, Crystal. Thank you so much. I miss you. Hey guys, this is another commercial. Actually, the last one. Here we go.
And we are back on WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LPFM. And you are in tune to Evening Joy with your host, Joy Brown, and Mr. Rob LaRay. Now, let's go back and pick up that conversation
Yep.
about being frustrated in the stage of this is, God has given me this vision. This is what He wants me to do.
Yeah.
But the process of Him giving it to us and then the fulfillment of it,
Yep.
that in between stage. Let's talk about that and how you got through that.
Absolutely. So it can be really a challenging when you know that you are gifted to do something, you know that you're called to do something, but at the same time you're just not doing it. And even now as I'm talking, I'm mindful of David in the Bible. He knew that he was anointed to be king. Like they knew something was special about him, but he was still a shepherd boy, like still doing what we think are just kind of small things, but you have this desire and you also have been called to do the things. So while you're in that moment, that can be really, really frustrating. And so like I was telling you, when I moved back here from DC in 2013, I was like, this is it. This is about to happen. I'm about to move to Cali. I'm about to make this thing happen. And I think that was the key. I was trying to make it happen. When really God was saying, listen, son, if you just wait on my timing, I guarantee you that I got you and I can make it happen. with no effort at all.
Yes.
If you try to make it happen, Rob, listen, it's going to be a lot of work. And so this is what the solution was for me. So you said, how do I get out of that place if I feel like I'm stuck, or I really, really, really want to go after my dream, but I feel like I'm in a stagnant place? Submit to the will of God.
That's the key.
Submit to the will of God. That was my key. And so once I realized that, hey, Rob, God is calling you back to this place for a reason. He needs you here. You need to be here for this reason. And once I said, okay, God, I submit to that. I'm completely okay with being here. That's when things happen.
Wow.
That's when Rob LaRay was birthed.
You know, when you said that, one of my favorite scriptures is, many are the plans of man, but only God's plans will prevail.
Absolutely.
And that is so true, because we have so many plans that we want to pursue, but if it's not in alignment with the will of God, then you will get halfway there, but will not fulfill exactly what God had intended for.
Absolutely. And I've come to the place that if it's not in the will of God, I don't want it.
Yeah. You know,
I don't want it.
And that's a great place to be. That's the great place to be. Because it frustrates you when you start walking in your will and then you realize, okay, this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
And sometimes pride is saying, hey, I'm out here.
Ooh,
so
pride is so tricky. Let
me just stay out here. And while you're staying out there, you're drowning.
Sinking. Yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
And I got tired of sinking. And so I submitted to the will of God. And since then, I've been floating.
I can tell.
That's so cool.
I can tell.
I've been floating.
Wow. And it's such a peace and fulfillment that comes when you're walking in the will of God.
Amen.
And a lot of times, people would say, well, if I were you, I would do this or I would do that. But when you're in the will of God, you just take it one day at a time.
One day.
Because you know that you're in His care.
One day at a time. And enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Enjoy the process. Since being here, I've met a lot of amazing people. I joined KCC, which absolutely changed my life. I was connected with Darius and Jessica, and obviously that's my team. We work hard together. If I went to Cali, none of that would have happened.
Wow.
So God is so intentional in His doing.
Yeah.
And so we just got to trust the process.
Yeah. And that's the key word, trust.
Yeah.
We got to trust that because God knows what He's doing.
Absolutely.
We don't, but He knows what He's doing.
Right.
And, sometimes, I was listening to one of my friends at work was telling me about Cheryl Brady, I believe, was at your church, and she was talking about upgrading.
Yep.
And when she was talking to me about that, I'm like, you know what? That is so true.
Yep.
Because a lot of times we can get stuck in the wrong group.
We can.
And, when you are around people that are not dreamers, that are not visionaries,
Ooh,
it can kill.
It feels like you're suffocating.
It does.
It feels like you're
Talk
suffocating.
a little bit about that, because it seems like you've experienced it.
Well, not. So here's the thing, like we get people, and if you think about it, we have always been around people that we found some type of common interest in.
Yes.
If you even think about the cafeteria setting in an elementary school or a high school, typically it's segregated with color. And it does not even have anything to do with race. It's just we identify with people. We feel comfort. We find comfort in people we identify with. And so the same thing could be said for dreamers. I find comfort in being with other dreamers because we can challenge each other. We can motivate each other. We can inspire each other. However, if I'm with a group of people, and gratefully I've never been in this position, but if I'm with a group of people and maybe they're not necessarily dreamers, but they're really content with being where they are, I don't know, that may slow me down. But here's the thing, I'm not mad at anybody who's content with where they are. If that's where you want to be, then be there. I just know I want to be somewhere else.
Exactly. And it does something to be around people that are talking the same talk. That are, sitting back. Even one of my friends, she is so crazy. I'm not going to call her out. But I have a friend of mine, and she said, you know what? One day, I'm going to get that phone call from Oprah Winfrey. She said, I'm going to be on Oprah's show.
Yep, she will be.
And she said, she said, I picked the phone up and I'm talking like, hi, who would you like to speak with? Oh, me? Oprah, really? You want me on your show? When? And she keeps speaking it. So I am looking forward one day to turning that TV on and seeing her up there because she's very passionate about that. And she said, you know, people around, she said, you are one of the few people that tell me, girl, let me, can I talk to Oprah with you? Can I just get on the phone with you? And she said, you're pushing me and you're excited about it. I said, yeah. I said, why wouldn't I be?
Absolutely.
I said, anytime, you know, because the girl is phenomenal. She has a lot of talent. She's gifted. And so I said, why wouldn't I get behind you and push you? And that's the key too. You want to be around people that's going to push you and encourage you and not allow you to remain stagnated or complacent in where you are.
Right.
Because if you don't have that person in your life or those people in your life that says, look, Rob, I see you doing more than that. I can see you doing this. That motivates you.
It's been so helpful. It's been so helpful.
Yeah.
And this, if I could, I just want to shout out Alicia and Kashia from the Art Spot.
Yeah.
They have been so, and Miss Rosie, they've been so inspirational. They've been an inspiration for who I am as an artist. So they put on all these shows and then they invite me to come. That's motivation for me. Somebody want to hear what I'm talking about?
More than some. A lot.
Well, praise God. Praise God. Praise God.
Awesome. Now, you've heard us talk about the song Black Boy, Black Girl.
That's right.
And,
Sorry, I was reading.
okay. You want to share?
No.
Okay. There's the song that he has written as Black Boy, Black Girl.
Yep.
And I just want you all to just hear just a little bit about it and watch how he transitions when he starts talking about, or when he starts singing about Black Boy, Black Girl.
Oh, so you want me to sing it?
I do. I don't you have to sing the whole song.
No, that's okay.
Just give us a little bit about it.
Okay. What do you want me to talk about the song or just sing
I want you to sing it. We talked about it earlier.
All right, so let's
So
just
it's
sing
nothing.
it. Okay.
No, wait. Not let us sing it. Let you sing.
No, I got you.
I got the beat. I got the beat. But I got the beat going on.
I got you. Okay. Black boy, black girl, you make the world go round. Black boy, black girl, you make the world go round. Black boy, black girl, you make the world go round. Black boy, black girl, you make the world go round. If only you knew it, if only you knew it. Yeah, if only you knew it, if only you knew it. Oh, if only you knew it, if only you knew it. My brother, if only you knew it, if only you knew it.
See, I sing right along with you.
Sing, Joy.
I did. You know, I'd love to see you transition into that point when you say,
You sing, Joy, sing. Sing.
I keep messing with you. I'm gonna get out here and do something right.
Yeah, you should. Come on.
But I love that. The
Thank
lyrics, you. Black girl, black boy, you make the world
go round.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And if only you knew it.
If only you knew it. If only you knew how powerful you were, how much more power could you walk in daily?
And where do you think that begins? Of a child knowing.
Oh, at birth. At birth, you have to start speaking it. Even at birth, you have to speak. So you are a king, you are a queen, you have so much power. You're beautiful, you're strong. They need to know at a young age.
Yes.
Because I can say that I didn't always know how much power that I had. I didn't always know that I was beautiful. I didn't know that I was talented. I didn't know that I was smart. Now that I know that, I'm going to remind myself every day.
Yes.
Because when the world says otherwise, I won't be faced because I already know who I am at my core. And so, like I said, this song was dedicated to my unborn son and daughter. You better believe when they are born, they're going to hear this every single day. Every single day. Because when they get older, even if anyone tried to challenge that they're kings or queens, they'll be like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. I know who I am.
Wow.
So, yeah. And that's what we got to do for our young people.
Yes.
And like I said earlier, even the adults, we have to know. We have to know.
Positive affirmation.
Every single day.
Every day.
Positive
Every day.
affirmation. Yeah,
Wow.
Positive self-talk. That's what I do.
Wow.
At
I
my
love
job.
that.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I'm actually a screening counselor at East Carolina
Okay.
University. Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
So working in the counseling center there. I've been doing the work for about 5 years. I've only been at ECU a couple of years. Before that, I was a family therapist in the community.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Yep. Okay, so I can get some counseling. I just call up Mr. Rob LaRay.
You can get some counseling. You can get some singing. You just call me, Joy.
I will. I'll take you up on that.
Yeah.
All right. righty. But it has been a pleasure to talk with him, and the time has, yes, I love it. Sang. Sybil, is that for him or for me?
It's for both of us, Joy. It's for both of us.
He is such a motivational person. Oh my God.
Thank you, Sybil. You've been so inspirational.
She went
Thank
out
you,
and
Ann.
purchased it and
Thank you, Coop.
Anybody else you want to give shout outs to?
Everybody, thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, Miss Wooten, 3316. All these cool
thank
people.
you, Sybil.
I see my frat brother, Just Being Me, RDC. I see you, brother. Hey, Jaleesa.
Any more?
Yep. No,
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
Everybody.
Sybil and here's one right here that knows you.
Raquel! Hey, Raquel Freeman. Raquel's actually going to be on the album. She's amazing. She's one of my background vocalists. She's a student at North Carolina Central University doing big things. So shout out to Raquel.
All right, Raquel.
Yep.
And she's from Durham?
She's in school there. She's from Greene County.
Okay, Greene County. All right.
Yeah.
Give it up for Greene County.
Come on, Greene County in the house. Make some noise for Greene County.
You know what? My best friend of 20-some years, she's actually from Greene County. You may
Oh,
know
cool.
her. Lewis, Nicole Lewis.
Not by
Sarah
name.
Lewis, Tina Lewis.
All named, I mean, they sound familiar.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
shout out to the Lewises.
All right. You're so funny.
JJ, what's up, brother? Thank you so much.
So it really has been an awesome afternoon or evening with you.
Yeah.
And time has just really flown by. Tell people how they can get in contact with you.
Feel free to follow me on all social media. I am Robert L. Taylor Jr. on Facebook. You get the whole government name. On Instagram, I am Rob, that's ROB.LaRay, LARAY. On YouTube, you can find some of my music, most of my music, on Rob.LaRay as well.
Okay. All righty. I'm trying to write this down as you are speaking.
Sure.
So, all right. So, in closing.
Yep.
What advice would you just give someone that's listening to you right now?
Yeah.
Just in general about whether it's music, about their passion. What are your closing comments?
Yeah, just maybe two things in general. One, if you have a dream, if you have a burning desire, my hope and my prayer is that you will go after it. And like we were talking about earlier in this interview, there may be a moment where it seems like, man, this thing just is not working out. But my hope is that you will keep pushing and you'll keep going. Enjoy the process and reap the harvest in the near future. That's my hope. And then the last thing I'll lead is to everybody out there, stay true to who you are and be happy with being
awesome.
your true, authentic self. It took me a while to figure that out. Maybe even dimming my light to be liked or be in a certain type of group. But once I realized that who I am, man, and this is not to sound any kind of way, like I love Robert Taylor Jr. I love Rob LaRay and the man of God that he is. It took me a while to get this place, but my hope is that everyone else can enjoy that someday.
Awesome.
So keep pressing. Enjoy your authentic selves.
Oh, you know what? I love you.
I love you, Joy.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Evening Joy on WBIS Awesome Radio 106.9 LPFM. And that is it for today. Join us next Sunday. We'll be right back here. Evening Joy. Take care.
Thank you so much, Joy.
Thank you.
It's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Thank you so much for coming up here. It was real cool. My first radio
and you did
interview.
phenomenal. You
Thank
did a
so much,
phenomenal
Joy.
job.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you.
You did a phenomenal job. I'm so proud of you.
It was fun. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's back on. That's down. Okay. All right. There again, those that are still watching on Facebook, please make sure you go and follow him.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to tell them how to get the music.
Oh, wow.
That's okay. I can tell y'all. So the single is Black Boy, Black Girl, and it's on all digital outlets. So that's iTunes, that's Google Play, that's Amazon Music, that's Tidal, Spotify. Wherever you get your music online, you can find the single. Black Boy, Black Girl, Rob LaRay.
All right. And make sure you support this young man because he is doing great and awesome things, up and rising. And just be able, you can touch him now, But soon I'll give him a couple of years. You won't be able to touch him.
I'm always come home.
So that's that you. I love him.
I love you.
Thank
too.
you again for tuning in, and we will talk with you next Sunday.
All right, good night, guys. Thank you so much for watching.